We in these streets.
Yes. Y'all know what it is. We back, baby, as always. And man, we got more shit to talk about. I tell you, boy, they can't help themselves, can they, 2K?
Nah, you already know. No, they can't. You already know, man. I told you, man, boxing got some of the stupidest people in the world involved in it, bro. It is what it is. Motherfuckers get mad. Niggas can get mad, cry, bitch, moan, and complain. Do whatever you want. It is what it is, man.
Man,
the entire sport as a whole got a lot of dumbass people in the sport, bro.
Yes, we do, man. But go to 3kingsboxing.com, get your knowledge and shit up. You know what I'm saying? I go to 3kingsboxing.com for the latest greatest what's going on in the sport of boxing. Always, by now y'all know what this is, man. My man Prodigy, and yes, that is a well-fit word for him. My man Prodigy joining me to help me break this shit down. What's going on, family?
Another day, another dollar, another day to cook. All of that, bro.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, you know it's cold outside, but it's just hot.
Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, let's kick this off though. Let's go and kick this off. So, you know, a lot of y'all are probably out there talking about hey, bro, Jaime Munguia, he's looking to fight Charlo. Jaime Munguia don't have a choice because the motherfucking WBO is like, hey man, fuck you, man. They ordered Janibek to fight somebody else for the interim title. Like, you know?
Sure did.
Hell yeah, they ordered somebody. Hey man, fuck this dude, man. They ordered somebody else to fight. But I will give this. Jaime Munguia did say in the interview after his fight with Doorknob Gabriel Rosado. No,
Doorknob Gabe. Doorknob Gabe.
He did say give him one of the champions, so I will give him that. And it looks like he's gonna fight Jamal Charlo, right? Finally, he's gonna fight Jamal Charlo. I mean, he's only been number one for I don't know how motherfucking long, right?
So he moved up.
Yeah, so it looks like he is gonna fight him. Now, I'm gonna be shocked if it goes through. I mean, they're talking. I'll be shocked if it motherfucking goes through. But if it goes through, Jamal Charlo should be jumping up and down like right now. Jamal Charlo should be jumping up and down, dog. Like for real. Like, dog, this is the saving grace you need. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? Because we just got done talking about, you ain't getting Gennady Golovkin. You try not to fight motherfucking Dimitri Andre. This is the saving grace your motherfucking ass. Andre actually has left the division. If we keep it in the real, Andre has left the motherfucking division. So this is a saving grace for Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo should be jumping up and down. But like I said, props to Jaime Munguia if that's what he's gonna do. But let's not make it look like, oh man, look at what he doing on his own. Nah. This nigga was forced. He was backed into a corner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Shit like it, man. What's your take on if this fight gets made? Who would you say could possibly win this fight?
I mean, that's a dumbass question. You have a better question than that? No. He said, who could possibly win this? I mean, okay, so all right, so I'll take that and say, yeah, Munguia has a opportunity to win this fight. But here's the reason why. Because Jamal Charlo, to me, honestly, he's one of them cats that don't really care too much when it ends up being an opponent he thinks he can already beat. You see what I'm saying? And that might sound bad because people are going to be like, well, he thinks he could beat every opponent. Not necessarily, right? Anybody that you're getting ready to face in the ring, right? If you know about that person. So from my experience in the amateurs, if you know you're getting ready to fight somebody and you know that dude is ranked, right? One of the top dudes in your state, even though you have the utmost confidence in yourself, you're still going into that fight like, all right, I need to make sure I'm on my fucking A game so I don't lose to this dude, even though you have the utmost confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
But then when you're fighting a motherfucker that's not ranked, never heard of, you know what I'm saying? You're going to the other gym. It's like, man, I'm about to fuck this nigga up, man. You're not even thinking like, yeah, I got to make sure I'm on my A game. And that's not going in your head. Mm-hmm. You're just like, yeah, just all I got to do is make sure I'm straight. This should be easy work. See? And that's what Charlo was thinking when he fought Montiel Macias. I forgot his first name. But when he fought him, that's what he was thinking, right? And what supports that is the fact that he even admitted he doesn't even know who the guy is. He admitted that.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? In an interview before the fight, he said, hey, I don't even know who the fuck this guy is. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm defending my title against a motherfucker that nobody knows. Even I don't know him. So he's already thinking going in, right? I'm going to fuck this dude up. Nobody knows this cat. This could be the same situation with Munguia. Only difference is that people actually do know Munguia. But you can look at Munguia's skill set, and it's easy to see Jamal should beat the hell out of this guy. And let me also say this. I think Jamal felt that way against Brandon Adams too. Now I just named 2 guys, and there's something key to both those guys. If you haven't figured it out, I will explain in a minute. But I think he felt the same way about Brandon Adams. Adams won, or did he even win the contender? He did win the contender. He beat Shane Mosley Jr. or somebody like that, right?
Sure did.
So I think he was thinking that about Brandon Adams too. Like, yeah, I'm about to go in and fuck this nigga up, and I'm fighting in my hometown. It's about to be easy work. The problem is with Jamal thinking that way about both these guys is that he struggled against both of them. Brandon Adams, it's not necessarily like he was getting his ass whooped against Brandon Adams, but he didn't look good. When I say struggled against Brandon Adams, he didn't look good. We expected him to go out there and pulverize Brandon Adams, whether it was going to be a knockout or just a one-sided ass whooping. Wasn't neither one. You see what I'm saying? He didn't look good. Against Montiel Macias, he didn't look good in that fight either. Again, he didn't get his ass whooped. He won that fight too. But he just didn't look good. See what I'm saying? Same thing could happen with Munguia. Munguia is in the same boat, in my opinion, because Munguia's skill set is weak. Yes, he's a fucking champion at 154. Was a champion at 154, right? But his resume was trash. Saddam Ali, Liam Smith, Dennis Hogan, who Jamal also fought too, by the way. Right?
Yeah.
They sharing trash niggas, right? Dennis Hogan, fucking Takashi Inoue, who he actually probably lost to. Actually, both them dudes.
I'm about to say, him and Dennis Hogan. Yep.
Yeah, both of them he arguably lost to, right? So you're looking at that when you're Jamal, and Dennis Hogan being a crutch because you're like, man, I fucked Dennis Hogan up. This dude had trouble with Dennis Hogan. I'm about to fuck him up. See, you could think that way if you're Jamal. Problem is, when he does that, he struggles. So that's where Munguia could possibly win. Without breaking this fight down stylistically, that's where Munguia can possibly win because of Jamal Charlo's mindset going into the fight. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If Jamal's prepared and ready. This is easy. This easy work. What I said about Shakira Stevens and Oscar Valdez, easy. This is same shit. He just got to be prepared. That's all.
This is like that Lionel Richie song, "Easy Like Sunday Morning."
Yep.
Here's the thing. I agree, and I agree with that. And the only thing with me is that going into this fight, there could most definitely be a situation where if Jamal Charlo goes in with a certain amount of lack of respect, he could fuck around and get caught with something. Let's keep it at that. Jaime Munguia can punch.
He can hit.
Yeah, he can definitely hit. So if you go in there with a certain amount of disrespect toward this dude, you mess around, you get caught with something, it could fucking shock the shit out of your ass. Now, the one thing that I can definitely say about him is you ain't just gonna hit motherfucking Charlo and knock. Neither one of them dudes. They got that they got that mindset. Just ain't gonna hit these niggas and knock these niggas the fuck out. That's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? They got that will inside of them that, hey, okay, you bring it. All right, you might hurt me. I may have to move around and bag up, just like when he fought Montiel. But hey, I'm gonna come back with something else and see if you can take what I got.
That's something I had mentioned a long time ago, man. Like, these fighters have this willpower, and that's what I mentioned. I can relate to that. I had never been knocked out. These guys have this willpower where they have the utmost confidence in themselves that when they go into the ring and get ready to fight somebody, you're not gonna get knocked out. We could lose, right? I've lost fights in the amateurs, but you're not gonna go out there and get knocked out. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah. That's how I feel about like Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Jamal, both Charlos, right? Danny Garcia is another one. You're not just gonna knock these dudes. It's just not gonna happen, bro. They just have too much how do I say self-confidence, self-motivation, high level of will. Just can't knock them out, man.
No, you can't. So although I do believe that if Charlo comes in, he's a focused Charlo and he's a ready Charlo. Oh yeah, man, most definitely he wins this fight. But I also believe he should be like whatever Jaime Munguia wants, give it to him. Like, seriously, that's his mindset to be, because you need this name on your resume. You truly do need it. If you don't plan on going up to 168, if you don't plan on fighting trying to get Gennady Golovkin, because Golovkin, if he wins, and of course we know he's fighting Canelo Alvarez, Golovkin's gone. Golovkin's not staying at 160. Golovkin's going to go up to wherever weight Canelo tell him to go to. You know what I'm saying? So
that's fucked up.
Well, I mean, that's true.
You do what I tell you to do, bitch. That's basically what Canelo gonna do to Triple G. That's what this second fight about. I mean, his third fight is about to be like.
Well, I mean, to be honest, that's what he kind of did Gennady in the second fight. Remember when Gennady was going to fight Billy Joe? He said, "Hell no, you're not, motherfucker.
Right.
Better sit your ass back." Hell, matter of fact, costed that nigga the IBF title, right? Daniel Jacobs got it.
Sure did.
He said, "Hey, fuck is you doing? I didn't tell you to move. Sit your ass down."
Yes, sir.
Fuck is you
yes,
doing?
Sir. Yes, sir. Sad, bro. Yeah, it was Golovkin got his ass on that damn 90-10 split, but then Canelo came back and got his ass on that Billy Joe Saunders fight. Yep.
So yeah, but no, I put it like this. It's a fight that I definitely think we should be watching. It's a fight that I think that needs to happen. Because we're talking about two undefeated young hungry lions in their prime fighting. We need more of that, even though I think one guy obviously going to win, but we need this more often, man. So let's see if it happens, man. I don't know, but
it's definitely, listen, man, both guys need it. Jamal really needs it.
Yes,
there's a respectable fan base behind Jaime Munguia. As I told you guys, I don't know if I said it on the show, but I know we talked about it privately, man, with the fellas. You know, there's a lot of cats out there that are saying that Jaime Munguia beats him and Janibek Alam Canelli, right? They were like, hey, Jaime Munguia beats them both. And I'm looking at these comments like, what the fuck are these niggas talking about? It's Jaime Munguia, for Christ's sakes, right? Is there a different Jaime Munguia out there? There's a Jaime Munguia. Hey, dog, look. Remember what Jeff Lacey said about Sullivan Barrera? When he got his ass knocked out, he said, there was two of them. It wasn't Sullivan Barrera that I fought. It was his brother. That's true story, y'all. Go look it up.
Yeah, he did say that. He did.
Jeff Lacey said there was two of them. There must be the same situation going on with Jaime Munguia. There's two of them. One of them looks really good that I've never seen before, and then there's the one that I know that can't beat Charlo nor Alam Canelli. So I don't know, but he has a respectable fan base, like I said. So both guys need this fight, man.
Yeah. They both need this fight. I'm curious to see if they're going to try to make this pay-per-view. I think what it's going to come down to is, are they going to try to have this on DAZN or PBC pay-per-view?
Yeah,
we'll find out, man. But all right, as we sit back and wait on that, oh man, I gotta move my hands around and I gotta pray. So Caleb Plant has come out of hiding from wherever he was hiding after losing to Canelo Alvarez.
Millions, mate. That's where he was hiding.
That's where he's. Have you seen Billy Joe Saunders?
Yeah, he's actually trying to come back. He's been training and shit. He's trying to make a comeback.
You see how?
Yeah, I saw it. Obvious that. I mean, I told you, the nasal spray thing wasn't a fluke. The motherfucker went and got a whole Costco nasal spray in bulk. The fuck this nigga did, bro? Nigga got nasal spray in bulk from his local drug dealer.
This is why we tell y'all, pay attention to this right here. When we say shit, we're not lying. Right? I mean, we sidetracked for a minute, but we're not lying. Go check out Billy Joe. We're not lying, y'all. I got my millions, mate. He was dead fucking serious. Anyway, man. So Caleb Plant comes out, and all of a sudden, man, the fight that he didn't want when he was a champion, which was David Benavidez, he seems to want that fight. Let's drop the receipts for these people.
Hold on, let me get that motherfucker. My bad. Damn, now you got a nigga off guard.
Hey, that's a first. Hey, mark this on y'all calendar. Y'all mark this on the calendar. This will never happen again.
Got a nigga off guard, motherfucker, bro. There it is.
Hell yeah. Fat boy can't fuck with me, right? He said, fat boy can't fuck with me. Now, of course, hey, man, I got to give it to Benavidez. Benavidez don't talk. So when he says things, you be like, damn, man, this nigga can really hit back like that? Man, this fat boy and knock your bitch ass out worse than Canelo, sweetheart.
See, the only problem I have with that
is that sweetheart part.
Yes. Sweetheart, ew. Nah, man, just take that part off. It's dope. Like the comeback. It's dope.
You know what he was trying? He's making fun of his nickname, Sweet Hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Right. But yeah,
Just didn't come off right.
It does make you be like David.
It's like calling a nigga Sugar, bro. Like, when I met Shane Moser, I sure as hell didn't call him Sugar Shane. I was like, what up, Shane? You know what I'm saying? Other niggas was like, Sugar Shane. No. Hey, what up, Shane? That's it. I'm not calling no another nigga Sugar. You know what I'm saying? I'm not calling no another nigga Honey. Nothing sweet, bro. None of that.
What's this shit you said? I ain't calling no another man delicious.
Yeah.
No, dumb. I'm a grown ass man, dog.
Yeah, Cedric said that shit right.
That's the only funny thing that nigga said that I like.
Not calling no another man fucking Sugar Honey. What was that nigga on here, bro? I forgot his name, man. He came on here and shit. His name was like Dick something. Nope, we didn't even say his first name. Wasn't it like Dick Hercules or something? We didn't say that, bro.
Like that. I was like, nah, I'm not saying your name, bro, but it's a comment.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? So he comes out with that. Then of course Jose Benavidez comes out saying that him and Team Benavidez is looking to try to fight Caleb Plant. Hopefully sometime this year. I think they said September. Yeah, September. Yeah, May. It was either May or September. I can't remember. Okay, it was September, right? This is a fight that needs to fucking get made. I'm just gonna keep it real. It's a fight that fucking needs to get made. All right. Now, what's gonna piss me off is if Caleb Plant's just running his mouth, because Caleb Plant's ran his mouth before about David Benavidez. Remember, he said, now if you keep his nose clean, remember?
Yeah, right.
He was right though. He was right. He was right. I give him that. The nigga was right about that. Right. He was right. But he said that and didn't fight him. You see what I'm saying? And David Benavidez, that's a fight Benavidez has always wanted, because David Benavidez always said, this is personal with me and Caleb Plant because of some shit, some gym shit. This is why we tell y'all about how fighters, aren't really, these motherfuckers know each other. It was some gym shit that took place between these two motherfucking niggas. And that's why he said what he said about him, man. This shit is personal, right? But this fight definitely needs to happen. I'm gonna tell you why this fight needs to happen. Number one, it's still a good fight. It's still an interesting fight. Despite Caleb Plant coming off of a loss, it's a fight that it's a name on the resume that David Benavidez needs, because of course, for whatever reason, when you challenging Canelo Alvarez, you have to have done something and beat somebody. When the people Canelo Alvarez fight, like Dimitri Bivol, ain't beat no motherfucking body and done goddamn nothing. But okay. I understand how the biasness works. It's cool. So
right.
So it's definitely a fight that needs to happen. Benavidez needed. Caleb Plant actually kind of needed, but I think Caleb Plant should take a fight first before he goes into fighting David Benavidez. Don't come right back into David Benavidez. No. You sign a contract to fight him, but you take a fight first. I don't think Benavidez will get the proper amount of respect if he beats Caleb Plant, with Plant coming off of a loss, man. What do you think about this?
I agree with that last statement 1,000,000%, because you got David Benavidez fighting fucking Kyron Davis and Rashidi Ellis's brother, Ronald Ellis. You know what I'm saying? He's getting these little tune-ups in and shit. So
right.
I feel like
you got David Lemieux coming up.
And David Lemieux, right? I agree. Yeah, that's 3 fights, right? So I think Caleb Plant should at least get 1 in. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm sick and tired of this shit, bro. Like, stop talking, man. You mentioned something earlier. You said he'll fight him. Caleb Plant said he'll fight Benavidez if he keeps his nose clean. But let me go on top of that. He said at the time that he would not fight Benavidez because Benavidez didn't have a belt, right? Now, neither one of you motherfuckers got belts. You see what I'm saying?
So now this shit is sexy. Now this shit is sexy to you now.
Right. So now neither one of you motherfuckers. And not only do you not have belts, you have no chance of getting one because Canelo got all 4 of them motherfuckers. So fighting for belts is out the question unless Canelo vacates these bitches, right?
Correct.
So now there's really no point to even talk about belts. You can't fall back on, well, he doesn't have a belt. Well, he doesn't have a belt. Can't fall back on that now. Now it's time to fight. So stop talking on social media, right? This is the last thing I want to see. I don't even want to see that. I don't want to see nothing else, bro. And so the 100%. Fight is fucking signed, bro.
I agree 100%.
You see what I'm saying? So this is the last thing I want to see. When the fight is signed, then they can say whatever the fuck they want. They can go on and on and on all over social media. As long as that fight is signed, sealed, and delivered, they can say whatever the fuck they want. But as long as it's not, right? As long as it's still up in the air whether or not these guys are actually going to fight, I'm not interested in anything they have to say, bro. They've been talking shit way too long. Caleb Plant had a problem with Jose Benavidez, and David Benavidez got in the middle of that. Y'all niggas been beefing since then. Come on, man. Let's go.
It's go time. You're right. Hey, dog. At this point, it's go time because you make a very good point. We've often said, like, to me, honestly speaking, you can even look at this as one of those legacy type fights. And here's the reason why. If you've been watching boxing long enough, you know there were fights that took place that wasn't for titles that wind up being legacy fights. David Tua versus Ike Ibushi. That fight has stood the test of time. There was no fucking title on the line in that fight, by the way. That fight has stood the test of motherfucking time. Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti. That fight has stood the test of time. Well, no fucking belt on the line in that goddamn fight.
Right.
But that fight has stood the fucking test of time. So there are fights that can be legacy fights that don't necessarily have to be title fights. This could be one of those fights. If you look at Muhammad Ali's resume, which I believe is the greatest resume in boxing, if you look at the names on this man's resume, like
he fought everybody, man.
Fought everybody, dog.
Yeah, he did.
If there one or two motherfuckers he'd fight, you're like, all right, okay, no problem.
That's fine.
That's fine.
He's got these other 7.
10, 20 niggas. You know what I'm saying? Right? But there are legacy fights, even on Ali's resume. There were legacy fights. Like I think when him and the Thriller Manila, I don't believe there was a championship title on the line in that fight.
That's a good point.
You see what I'm saying?
I gotta look that up. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think there was one on there. I do know when George Foreman fought Ron Lyle, there was no goddamn title on the line.
Yeah, I know that one for a fact. One of the best fights I seen, bro. Ron Lyle and George Foreman. That shit was ridiculous.
That shit was fucking.
Niggas getting knocked all over the ring, bro. Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there are fights out there that can be made that can go towards your legacy. And I think this fight right here can be that push toward the legacy for him because, again, former champion, guys that got beef, they're young, they're in their prime. This could help the winner push forward and say, okay, listen, I beat a former champion. I beat a guy that Caleb Plant, who's only lost, which is a lot of arguments for a lot of people. Canelo Alvarez fights, which is, that guy's only loss is this guy. So his only loss is Canelo Alvarez, so he lost to the best. This should not diminish him at all, period.
Sure.
So, hey, let's go. Your number's been called. Like my man Prodigy once said a long time ago, when your number's called, you gotta answer.
You gotta answer the call, bro.
Yeah, you niggas' numbers are being called, man. Answer.
Your number's being called. It ain't no telemarketer, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no bill collector, bro. You don't let that shit go to voicemail, nigga. You gotta answer that shit, bro. I'm just saying, man, you gotta answer that shit, bro. Man. And that's the situation now between both of these cats, bro. Both these motherfuckers is beltless. They pants is falling off right now, man. You know what I'm saying?
One nigga took his belt. One nigga took his belt off on purpose, and one nigga let a nigga take it from his ass.
Exactly. Pants is falling off right now, bro. Y'all need to fight for that belt. Y'all keep your pants on, man. That's real talk, man. That's what needs to fucking happen. So yeah, dog. Hey, I can't wait. They said September. We'll see what happens, man.
We'll definitely see what happens, man. It definitely, and if it happens, I'm gonna make sure I revisit that Eddie Hearns. They're not delivering for a fight. They didn't deliver for him. They're not delivering for a fight. Well, if it happens, they've delivered, Eddie. So
exactly.
All right, man. This is the part of the show. Now I know what y'all saying to yourselves. What? Only 23 minutes? No, niggas. No. This is about to get this is the part of the show that's about to get very good. Now, we tell you guys, stop listening to some of these dudes on the networks. Stop listening to so-called self-proclaimed boxing aficionados, boxing enthusiasts, right? So recently on DAZN, 2K's uncle, Chris Fanix. My bad, dog.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that one was coming. Somewhere in my family tree, I'm half white. Didn't know that shit. I'm gonna have to go, hey, bro. Hey, I'm gonna have to go look that up. God damn, man.
Oh, man. Maybe JD's his motherfucking cousin or something.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe J.L. Davis, is that your cousin, Chris Fanix, man? Is that your cousin, man? You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of look like the nigga a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
Oh, man. But anyway, he came up with this list, dog, about the toughest Canelo Alvarez opponent. Now, number one, I have no problem with Floyd Mayweather. Don't have a problem.
I mean, obviously.
No.
That's the obvious one. So when you get, man, that answer right there is like in school when your teacher gave you a test, right? And that fucking test had the answer for the first one. That's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
Teacher was like, all right, well, I'll give you the first one.
Yeah.
But after that, you guys got to do the test on your own. That's what that was. Picking Floyd Mayweather #1, obviously.
I'll put the first one on the board. Now you guys do the rest.
Exactly, bro.
Then he said 2 and 3. Now mine's supposed to be his toughest opponents. He said 2 and 3 is Gennady Golovkin. Both fights with Gennady Golovkin. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was 2 Gennady Golovkin because he fought.
He said 2 and 3 was Gennady and Gennady?
Yes, he did.
How the fuck do you have two? Did he fight twin Golovkins, nigga?
I can only
wait a minute. Is this toughest fights or toughest opponents?
Toughest opponent.
How the fuck you fight 2 Gennadys? See, all right, continue.
All right.
Jeez. Right, MB 2.0, he said 2 Sullivan Vedetas, 2 Gennady Golovkins. Right, exactly.
Hey, you can't make this shit up. Then he gets number 4. Number 4 was Edislandi Lara.
Man.
Lara was number 4. So both Golovkins was better.
But, right, Golovkin 1 and 2.
Listen, I'll be willing to somewhat debate with you on one, but the second Golovkin, no. That nigga had his ass.
I don't care. Anybody coming in, and some people have already done this. You know, this Golovkin. There's people just love Golovkin. The fans of Golovkin love that guy more than any. I think they like him more than any other boxing fan in history outside of Muhammad Ali. But Muhammad Ali's love came after he retired.
Oh hell yeah!
You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, a lot of people that follow him and shit, not saying that, but the majority of the love that you see Muhammad Ali get today, right, even after his passing, that shit came after his retirement, bro.
Yep.
Right? Muhammad Ali was the most hated motherfucker out there.
Yeah.
Gennady Golovkin might be the most loved. I think he beat Sugar Ray Leonard, bro. He might beat him, bro. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit too much. But they love this dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can say something. Listen, man, they say Gennady is one of the greatest middleweights of all time. They said this motherfucker was better than Bernard Hopkins. This is a reputable sports network that said this. He's better than Bernard Hopkins. He's better than Carlos Monzon.
Marvin Hagler.
Marvin Hagler, yes.
I've heard one of these aficionados say he could probably knock out Hagler.
Oh, and Hagler has Hagler even been hurt?
One time when Tommy hit him on the head and he fucked him up for it. He fucked him up for it.
You sure did.
Beat that nigga down for that shit.
So Golovkin, who couldn't knock out Canelo, will knock out Marvin Hagler?
Yeah, Golovkin, who could knock out Daniel Jacobs or Sergey Derevyanchenko.
I should have said Daniel Jacobs. Yeah, and my bad. I should have said Jacobs because Canelo got a chin like a motherfucker. You're not knocking him out either. But you couldn't knock out Jacobs, who's already been knocked out by Dmitry Pirog, but he could knock out Marvin Hagler, nigga? Are you fucking kidding me? Right?
Yeah.
So they love Golovkin, dog. Listen, they even tried to lie to you and say Golovkin has the most middleweight title defenses.
Yeah.
DAZN tried to lie to you and tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is that a lie? Because Golovkin was defending the WBA regular title, right? For like 3 years. That's not a real title. That's like Tank Davis and his regular titles.
Oh, yeah.
Tank is only a 2-time champion in one division. Wait a minute. Let me take that back. 130. He got the fucking 130 super title recently. Now he's a 2-time champion. But they're calling him a 4-division Charles of the Bush. No, he's not. He's at the WBA Super, right?
Yeah,
at 130. And he had the IBF at 130.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. I said 3-time, 2-time. My bad. He's a 2-time WBA Super champion and a 1-time IBF champion at 130. That's it.
That's it.
He's WBA regular at 135, WBA regular at 140. Those are not world titles. Nope. Just like Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner ain't no fucking 4-division champion. The fuck? Adrian Broner held the WBA regular at 140 and the WBA regular at 147. Adrian Broner is a 2-division champion.
Yeah, he is.
He's a 4-division champion when it comes to major and minor titles. Yes. You have to say major and minor.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So that's the situation with Golovkin, bro. Right? They love this guy so much. Listen to how Fanik says his name. Gennady Golovkin. He's Golovkin. Nigga's Golovkin, nigga. Why you gotta do all that?
Gennady, I love kittens.
Yeah. Golovkin. He's gotta accentuate his name and shit because he loves the guy so much. Golovkin. Shut the fuck up, man. You know what I'm saying? Gennady Golovkin, dog. Let me just say this, bro. My bad. Finish your list.
No.
Before I go on. Finish your
list. So number 5 was in their prime, top-notch Daniel Jacobs. Okay.
So Daniel Jacobs was number 5, you said?
Daniel Jacobs was number 5.
All right.
Then he didn't give you the rest, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He just said that then you can lump the rest of the guys like Bivol, Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith, and Miguel Cotto in the same group.
Did you say he put Caleb Plant, Callum Smith, and Miguel Cotto in the same group?
And Billy Joe Saunders.
Dimitri
Bivol. He said Dimitri Bivol falls in there somewhere also.
So hold on a second. So this so-called boxing enthusiast, it's not just him. It's actually him, the nigga with the greasy beard, the Mexican Arab dude, and Sergio Moore. It was all 4 of them. So these 4 so-called boxing enthusiasts, at least one of them was a professional fighter. I give him credit for that. But these 4 so-called, right, exactly, JL. No Austin Trout. That's where I was going. He took it right out of my fucking mouth. No Austin Trout? He's not on this list? So he said Floyd Mayweather, which was a fucking free answer. Number 1. Number 2.
That's one of those, if you don't say that answer, you hit him and he go over the head. Nigga,
if you don't say that answer, if you don't say that answer, you get the fuck out of my face.
Right.
As number 1, right? I won't even talk to you. I won't even breathe on you, nigga. Right? So Floyd, number 1. Number 2 is Gennady Golovkin. Number 3 is Gennady Golovkin's twin, since obviously there's 2 Golovkins. Right? Number 4 is Erislandy Lara. And number 5 is Daniel Jacobs. And then 6, 7, 8, 9 all together is Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, Callum Smith, and Miguel Cotto?
And Dimitri Bivol. He falls in
Dimitri Bivol. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10?
Yeah, he said they all fall in.
That's what I tell you guys. Don't listen to these dudes, man. Here's the problem. Number 1, if you're a real boxing enthusiast, as we've shown you several times when we break down fights, right? You can break down styles and tell a motherfucker why, fighter A beat fighter B, why he can beat fighter B, right? Or why he will beat fighter B. And do it the opposite direction. You see what I'm saying? Yes. You can do that if you're a boxing enthusiast. In this case, if you're a real boxing enthusiast, you can make a list like this and at least tell us why, individually, why they take those positions. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can't go to 5 and then say, all right, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all of them are in the same group. Can't do that. You got to tell the boxing fans why. You're a boxing enthusiast. Fans are looking at you like, all right, this guy knows more about boxing than I do. What's his take so I can learn something? Exactly, big dog. Right? What's his take so I can learn something? That's what this is about, dog. So they're watching your show and they're saying, okay, what is his take so I can learn something? So we walked away from this motherfucker, all of us, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't watch shit, but everybody walks away from that show saying to somebody else, yeah, man, 1 through 5 are these guys, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are the same. That's basically what fans are going to say. With no Austin Trout involved. Austin Trout just doesn't fucking exist.
Nowhere on the list.
Gennady Golovkin. All right, let's redo this list, bro, for boxing fans, real boxing enthusiasts. All right. Number one, obvious, right?
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather.
Number two is Erislandy Lara. Tell him why, Bo.
Erislandy Lara, outside the fact, Erislandy Lara was perceived to be a boogeyman at 154 pounds down there. But if you watch the fight that he had, Erislandy Lara was giving Canelo Alvarez all kinds of hell. He was sometimes beating him to the punch. Canelo Alvarez, if Canelo Alvarez does not have to fight with Floyd Mayweather, he doesn't beat Erislandy Lara.
No, he does not.
Right? He doesn't beat him. Because Erislandy Lara was beating him to the punch. Erislandy Lara was dancing around Canelo Alvarez. Erislandy Lara was hitting Canelo Alvarez with shots coming from angles that Canelo Alvarez was unable to detect. I'll give Canelo Alvarez this. Because he fought Floyd, he knew how to make that adjustment and start going to the body. I still believe Erislandy Lara won, but I'm okay with people saying because of what Erislandy Lara did down the stretch of the fight, he should have kept pressing on the gas, but he tried to rely more on boxing skill and technical ability, which is something you cannot do against Canelo Alvarez.
See, what Erislandy Lara didn't do is do his homework on those judges, right? Well, that judge, right, CJ Ross, in that fight against Floyd Mayweather. He didn't do his homework.
No.
And if he did know, he ignored it and said, fuck it, it can't happen to me. That's what happened to Erislandy Lara.
Exactly.
So in the second half of that fight, he was on his bicycle more. Doing an effective job being on his bicycle, he literally nullified Canelo's body punching in the second half of that fight.
Agreed,
right?
100%.
Nullified his body punch in the second half of that fight and countered the shit out of him in the second half of that fight. However, it wasn't enough because these are Canelo judges.
Yes.
You can't beat Canelo on points. Erislandy Lara, unfortunately for him, didn't realize that at that time. You see what I'm saying? I agree with Bo. Lara won that fight. Lara beat Canelo Alvarez. But the judges, given the CJ Ross factor against Floyd Mayweather, right? And then you can look at the rest of Canelo's fights where judges scorecards and shit thereafter. Hell, even Stanley Christodoulou in that Austin Trout fight, he had Canelo running away with that fight like Austin Trout was never in it. I think it was 118 to 109 scorecard. It was like Austin Trout was never in the fight, bro.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in the Lara fight, it was Levy Martinez. And in the Austin Trout fight, it was fucking Stanley Christodoulou. These judges will say Canelo wins when he gets knocked out.
That would be the first knockout draw you've ever seen in your life.
Exactly. So with Erislandy Lara, right, whether you thought it was close or whether you didn't, at the end of the day, 117-111, saying that Erislandy Lara only won 3 rounds, complete bullshit. He won more than 3 rounds. Absolutely. If you wanted to give Canelo that fight, it would have to have been a 7-5. Nothing more than that, bro. 7-5, that's it. Nothing more. Canelo did not run 8 rounds in that fight. No, he did not. So at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez lost to Erislandy Lara. But here's the deal. That's not even why it's the second. It's number 2 on that list. Number 2 on that list because of styles. Canelo Alvarez does not do well against slick styles. Gennady Golovkin is not a slick style, bro. Does not have a slick style. Actually, Canelo didn't look too good against Billy Joe Saunders. You see what I'm saying? He didn't look too good against Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders is actually doing very well against Canelo Alvarez before he got his goddamn eye socket broken. Why? Because it's the slickness that Canelo doesn't like. That's why Floyd Mayweather batted this nigga easily. The slickness, bro. That's why he embarrassed him in their fight. The slickness, bro. That's why it's the most second most difficult fight for Canelo Alvarez. What's the third most difficult fight? Austin Trout.
Yes.
Not Gennady Golovkin. Not yet.
Nope. Not yet.
Austin Trout. Because in that fight, Canelo Alvarez had to understand what head movement really was. See? If you look at Canelo Alvarez before Austin Trout, he barely moved his head. Head was on the center line. Head was on the center line. If you look at Canelo Alvarez before Austin Trout, footwork. Remember, we used to say Canelo has cement feet.
Yep.
A lot of people used to say that shit.
Yep.
Right? He had cement feet. And that Austin Trout fight, which came, what was that, 2012 or so? Right?
I think so.
2012, yeah. That's when he learned that head movement. If you watch the first 7 rounds of that fight, Austin Trout's jab could not miss. Couldn't miss. He was, I think he was 100% with that jab, bro. He was 100% with that jab. Didn't miss with it. Go watch the fight again. DBK, whatever his fucking name is. Go watch the fight again. You don't know. Austin Trout jabbed this nigga's fucking head off for the first 7 rounds. Good shit, J.L. Davis, 2013. But then in that 9th round, what happened was Canelo came out, moved his head. Remember he dodged that jab?
Yeah.
Came back with his own punch and knocked Trout down.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
Ever since that moment, Canelo is dodging that fucking jab, bro. From that round forth. It was actually the round before that when he started moving his head. But that 9th round is when he scored that knockdown based off of what? Head movement. But it took him until the latter end of the fucking fight, bro. That's when he realized, hey, I gotta move my head. I can't keep getting hit by this guy. And that's when Canelo took that fight. Now, I don't have a problem with Canelo winning the Austin Trout fight. I don't have a problem with that. Right?
Yeah.
I do have a problem with 118, 109.
Yes, I have a huge problem with that.
Austin Trout did not only win 2 rounds.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No way. No way.
So that fight was the 3rd hardest for Canelo because he had to learn and make an adjustment in the middle of the goddamn fight. Right?
Yep.
A lot of people out there that thought Austin Trout won that fight, man. I remember that. A lot of people thought Austin Trout won that fight. The 4th most difficult fight for Canelo was then Gennady Golovkin. He's number 4. Because, and this is why I bet so much money on Canelo. I knew going in, hey, DB's, K, blah, blah, blah. This is what you said earlier. I sense Canelo hate.
I saw that.
Hold on. Go ahead and remove that comment because now I'm about to talk good about your God. Go ahead and remove that comment because now I'm about to talk excellent about your God. And then you start sucking our dick again, bro. Like you did earlier. What up, 3KB? Shout out to 3KB. Then it turns into, I sense Canelo hate. But who won the fight? Charles Easy Money. Man, fuck y'all niggas. Now you're going to go back to sucking our dicks. Go ahead, bro. So Canelo, I put money on Canelo easy because I knew he was going to beat Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin's style is all wrong for Canelo Alvarez. 100%. He's a come-forward fighter, right? Doesn't like it to the body, which is Canelo's money punch, right? Right and left hooks to the body, right? If you watch Golovkin, what was it, Willie Monroe?
Yes, it was.
Willie Monroe's going to the body. You can see Golovkin wincing, bro. Doing that shit. Before, of course, he ended up knocking the nigga out. But it's Willie Monroe. Does Willie Monroe even got like a 20% knockout ratio? I don't know. I'm not looking at his shit. But we know Willie Monroe doesn't have any punching power. We know this, right? Nor does Willie Monroe even have power to keep niggas off of him.
Yeah,
he doesn't have that kind of power either.
No, he doesn't.
Right? But he was still successful at going to the body against Gennady Golovkin. So when I saw that fight, that's when I knew a prolific body puncher such as Canelo Alvarez, right, was going to beat Gennady Golovkin. Well, hell, I got, I basically proved myself wrong because I thought Gennady Golovkin lost to Daniel Jacobs, who didn't go to the body as much as Canelo Alvarez would have, right? He beat Golovkin, in my opinion, without even having to go to the body like that, right? But then when you get to the Canelo fight, so now you've got Daniel Jacobs in my mind who actually won that fight, right? And then you get to the Canelo fight. I'm like, okay, this dude already lost to Daniel Jacobs. Canelo has an easy game plan here. Look at what Daniel Jacobs did, right? And Jacobs, remember, he got knocked down in the 4th round, Bo.
Sure
got
did.
Back up and still, in my opinion, won the fight. He did excellent in the second half of that fight, right? Straight right hand couldn't miss. Gennady Golovkin's got a hell of a chin.
Yeah,
another guy you're not knocking out is Gennady Golovkin.
Yeah.
Now, he might get knocked out now.
Yeah, age to do that to you.
he's like 38 years old and he's getting ready to fight Canelo for a 3rd time. He might fucking get knocked out now. Who knows?
Right.
But I know in his prime, you weren't knocking Gennady Golovkin out, bro. Right? Straight right hand was money for Daniel Jacobs in that second half of that fight. I'm watching that. I'm like, Canelo's got the same kind of punch, but in a counter punch fashion. Gennady Golovkin's gonna pressure him. Canelo's gonna counter this nigga all day. Right?
Yeah.
Uppercut all day. Gennady Golovkin is wide open up the middle. He's been wide open up the middle his entire fucking career.
Yeah.
What is Canelo's money punch besides going to the body? It's the fucking uppercut.
Yeah.
So these are things that I'm thinking about before the fight happens and why I put my money on Canelo twice.
Dude, if you watch Gennady Golovkin take on Kell Brook was landing that same goddamn punch.
Right.
Exactly. So if Kell Brook, who went from 147 to 160, was doing it, I knew goddamn well. I saw, man, Canelo finna kill this guy.
Exactly. Yeah, Kell Brook was landing some good shots. And it's the thing is with the difference between Canelo, Kell Brook, Willie Monroe, right? Daniel Jacobs. This motherfucker is much smarter than all those guys.
Yeah.
So these guys were successful at landing the shots that they wanted against Gennady Golovkin. Then you bring in Canelo, who's a much smarter fighter than all of those guys.
Exactly.
That's why it was easy for me to pick Canelo both times. Now, what happened in that fight, the first one, Canelo didn't go to the body as much as he should have. And then also, stamina issues.
Yeah.
Canelo's always had problems with his fucking stamina his whole career, bro. Right? Now, his last two fights, he hadn't looked like that, but he still takes time off. You can look at his fights and tell. Look at his fights and look at it round for round. He's taking time off, man.
Yeah.
Right? But in that Golovkin fight, he was really taking time off. Remember, he was on his back foot a lot of that time. He would have his back up against the ropes. He'd have to spin off the ropes, and he wasn't taking those opportunities to counter Gennady Golovkin when he was over-pressuring him, right? That was the first fight. That's why that fight was a draw, or, people thought Golovkin won. My opinion, I had Canelo winning that fight, right? I still had Canelo winning that fight by 1 round. I gave it to him by 1 round, right? But had no problem with the draw, and I also had no problem with people thinking Gennady Golovkin won that first fight. It was a close fight, but in my opinion, the fight was only difficult because Canelo allowed it to be difficult.
I agree with that shit.
You see what I'm saying?
That's because of the stamina issues.
That's because of the stamina issues.
He had to take him off, so it made the fight look harder than what it really was.
Exactly, bro.
Because even up against the ropes, Gennady, there was only one time I can remember Gennady landed a good shot against Canelo up against even up against the ropes. Gennady wasn't taking advantage of Canelo being up against the ropes like that.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So at the end of the day, when you look at Erislandy Lara, right? You look at Floyd Mayweather, you look at Austin Trout, those fights that go ahead of Gennady Golovkin, it's because he was struggling in those fights. And it wasn't because he was making it harder than he could. No, he had to make adjustments in those fights in order to win those fights. Against Golovkin, he just made it harder than it needed to be. There was no adjustment that needed to be made outside of him working on his fucking stamina and going to the body a little bit more, right? But other than that, he was, in my opinion, he did enough to beat Golovkin in the first fight, even looking bad.
Yeah.
But against Trout, Lara, and Floyd, well, Trout and Lara anyway, he had to make those adjustments. Floyd, he just did nothing you could do. Floyd just that good. But Trout and Lara, he had to make adjustments, bro.
He had to make adjustments, man.
That's why those two fights are much more difficult fights for Canelo than Golovkin. And then the second Golovkin fight, give me my money so I can go, nigga. That was easy.
That was easy.
I had Canelo's 116, 112 in that motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And beat him at his own game, coming at Golovkin.
He sure did. Backing Golovkin.
Yeah, Golovkin. Yep.
Golovkin was on his back foot, bro.
Sure did.
I think people who thought Canelo lost the second fight were paying attention to, I think it was that 11th round where Canelo got buzzed and shit at the end. I think it was the 11th or 10th round. No, it was one of the rounds towards the end of the fight. But Canelo landed a shot, buzzed him and shit. You could visibly see that Canelo was hurt. You know what I'm saying? I think niggas took that. Golovkin won. That's how dumb boxing fans are, bro. Fucking stupid. Don't know shit about boxing, man, but want to talk and
They do get like that, don't they?
Canelo whooped his ass, bro. 8-4. Easy score. Easy for me to score. No problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No fucking problem, bro. So Golovkin is, in my opinion, the 4th most difficult fight for Canelo. 5th, Billy Joe Saunders, number 5. Because in my opinion, bro, Billy Joe Saunders, and niggas are going to get mad at this, Billy Joe Saunders was winning the fight. I had Billy Joe Saunders up in that on the scorecards, bro, at the time of the stoppage. He was outboxing Canelo. It was the slickness. He was outboxing Canelo. Billy Joe broke his face and quit. That's what happened. He fucking broke his face and sat on a stool and said, done. I've got my millions, mate. That's what he did. But Billy Joe Saunders was outboxing Canelo Alvarez. Number 6, Daniel Jacobs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Billy Joe.
No, nigga, we don't double Golovkin. Number 5 is Billy Joe Saunders. Number 6 is Daniel Jacobs.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, for some reason, a lot of niggas think Daniel Jacobs had beat Canelo. I don't know what the fuck they were watching. Canelo whooped his ass, bro. I remember. Huh?
We was at that fight.
Yeah, I remember. Daniel Jacobs landed a left hook flush, and you could hear it throughout the arena. And Canelo took that shit, ate it like it was some biscuits, nigga. I was like, God damn, this motherfucker got a chin, man. He's got a chin, bro. 13 rounds. We already know you're a casual, nigga. Your opinion does not matter on this here show, sir. You know how many casual comments you done made on this motherfucker? Triple G beat Canelo twice. Stop it, 13 rounds. Stop it. You did not beat Canelo twice. Cut it out. Here, nigga, here's $5, man. Go to the candy store, get your ice cream or something, nigga. Don't talk boxing. Go get some ice cream, man.
Why you do that 13
I'm
rounds?
fucking with you 13 rounds.
Why
I'm fucking with you, dog. I'm fucking with you, dog. I'm fucking with you, man. I'm fucking with you, bro. That's your opinion. That's what's up. I'm fucking with you, man. But at the end of the day, man, Daniel Jacobs hit that nigga. You can hear that shit throughout the arena. At that, I mean, I already knew Canelo had a chin. I knew this. You know what I'm saying? But that's when it was really solidified that Canelo's chin, dog, is man, he's got the best chin in boxing. Him, Danny Garcia, Gennady Golovkin, and others. These guys got the best chins in boxing, bro. You can't hurt these dudes, man.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, he whooped Daniel Jacobs' ass. Daniel Jacobs probably gave him a little bit of trouble because of his jab, right? And Canelo was
his athleticism was.
That's why I was going. Canelo was a little weird because of the athleticism. But Canelo whooped his ass. That wasn't close, and I don't know why people thought that was close. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Where am I at? Number 8?
Yes, you are.
Was that number 6 or
that was number 7? That was number 7.
Number 8, Caleb Plant. Do I need to go into that? Caleb Plant's slickness. Maybe the first 4 rounds. After that, you hear Caleb Plant on fucking camera. Mm-hmm. Hey, I fight pretty good, huh, King Canelo?
Yeah.
Like the way I fight, right? hey, King Canelo, you like the way I fight, Canelo? You like that, right?
This nigga was looking for approval and a
Fuck
fight.
Out of here, man. You like that, right? You like the way I fight right now, King Canelo, right? It's good, right? I'm pretty good in here, aren't I, guy? Right?
Oh,
fuck out of here. You saw that nigga give away the fight on camera. You know what I'm saying?
I fight pretty good, huh, Canelo?
Yeah.
Huh? You like the fight, huh, King Canelo? It's a good fight, right, sir? Right, sir?
Like they playing fucking cards or something. You know what I'm saying? Like they're playing dominoes. I'm really good at this, don't you? Don't you think so? Fuck, man. You in a fight, nigga.
Canelo like, yeah, you're a good fighter. Stop moving, nigga. Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
Yeah, yep, you're a good fighter. Yep,
yeah, you're a good fighter, man. Just stand right there.
Stand right there, nigga.
Exactly, bro. Just stand right there, bro. Just stop fighting. Right there. Yeah. Other than them after the first 4 rounds, easy work for Canelo. That's why he's way down there, Caleb Plant. And then number 9 was Callum Smith. Canelo beat the shit out of Callum Smith.
That wasn't hard at all. I don't even know why you named him.
I mean, because he was his opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. Why is he on there? Fuck him. 9 is Cotto.
Him or Bivol. Why is Bivol on? He ain't fought Bivol yet.
He ain't fought Bivol yet. Yeah. He ain't fought Bivol yet. Yeah. 9 is Cotto. Yeah. And the reason why I thought Cotto was that easy is because Cotto was fucking old, man. He'd already lost to Saddam Ali, for God's sakes. Did he lose to Saddam Ali yet?
Yes,
actually?
he did. Yes,
I might be wrong on that.
No, he lost to Saddam Ali towards bicep. That's how
Well,
Saddam
I
Ali
know
got that
that, but
title.
did he lose to him? Did he lose to him before Canelo? Before
No,
he
that was
fought
after Canelo.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think that was after Canelo.
So yeah, so that was after Canelo. Yeah, because he was champ, right?
Yep.
So the point is, he goes on to lose to Saddam Ali. That tells you that Miguel Cotto was pretty much done.
Yep.
Right. I think a lot of people were giving Miguel Cotto a lot of credibility because he had beat Sergio Martinez. But I don't get it. But Sergio Martinez came to the fucking ring with 2 knee braces.
Now I have a problem with that. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't mean to cut you off. I got to get this out. I got a problem with Miguel Cotto and Sergio Martinez because the same criticism, venom, vile, and viciousness you motherfuckers got on Charlo for fighting a one-legged dude. Y'all said nothing when Miguel Cotto did that
Hugo
shit to
Centeno.
Yep, y'all said nothing when Miguel Cotto did the same thing to Sergio fucking Martinez.
No, I didn't say nothing about that.
Didn't say shit about that.
And when a lot of people were out there talking about how he beat Sergio Martinez, I remember I was out there arguing. This is when I used to be on social media arguing with niggas, bro. I was out there telling people, bro, that Sergio Martinez actually lost to Martin Murray before that.
Sure did. Oh, yes, he did.
They just gave the fight to Sergio Martinez because the fight was in Argentina.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure did. Like Callum Smith lost to Ryder.
John Ryder. Callum Smith lost to John Ryder before he fought Canelo. Exactly. Right? So that's what Sergio Martinez been done. And then when I saw the 2 knee braces, I was like, dang, this nigga's he's way past done. He's way past done. Right? So Cotto would have been a more difficult fight if Canelo would have fought him early in his career. But the fact that he fought him at the point where he's over there going on losing to Saddam Ali and shit, that told you where Miguel Cotto was really at. The Sergio Martinez fight was a fluke. It was smoke and mirrors.
Yep.
Sergio Martinez was actually in much better shape. Let's say it was Sergio Martinez before Martin Murray and Darren Barker and shit. He beats Miguel Cotto. I'm sorry.
Right. I agree with that.
He beats Miguel Cotto. No knee surgeries, nothing like that. He fucking beats Miguel Cotto. If we're talking Sergio Martinez against Paul Williams, he fucks Miguel Cotto up. I'm sorry. That's easy work for Sergio Martinez, man. You know what I'm saying? But the Sergio Martinez he got was a shell of his former self. You see what I'm saying? Hell, the Sergio Martinez fighting right now might be better than the Sergio Martinez that fought Miguel Cotto because he didn't have reconstructive knee surgery yet.
Yeah, I agree.
You see what I'm saying? So, that was smoke and mirrors, a smoke and mirrors win. And Cotto knew that. That's why Cotto fucking paid step-aside money to Golovkin.
Sure did.
Cotto knew he was going to get beat the fuck up by Gennady Golovkin. He said, I'm not fighting this guy. Fuck that. I'll fight Canelo. I got a better chance against him. And it's more money. I'm getting a $15 million guarantee with Canelo. And all I got to do is give Canelo 5. Give me him.
Yep.
I'm not fighting Golovkin and get knocked the fuck out of the ring. Nope. Right? Because another thing, Cotto wasn't even a natural 160-pounder.
No.
You see? That's why it was easy for him to move down and fight Canelo.
Yeah. No. Cotto actually was the originator of that 155.
Sure was.
Everybody think it was Canelo. Cotto was the originator of that.
Cotto was the originator. And that's why it was easy for him to go to 155 because that's where he felt more comfortable. Golovkin was a full-fledged 160 at the time, bro.
Sure was.
And had been in a division for fucking years. He didn't want that smoke, and rightfully so. He shouldn't have went that direction. Right?
Yep.
If he would have fought Golovkin, he probably would have got knocked out and then wouldn't even had the juice to even fight Saddam Ali. And you see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, that's why Miguel Cotto's so low.
Yeah.
But if it was a more, Miguel Cotto before all of this shit, and that's what Canelo did too with he did that with Shane Mosley, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did it with Cotto. Did it with a few others. He fought a lot of these guys when they're well past. I mean, he fought Shane Mosley after he had already lost to fucking Manny Pacquiao, Floyd, and had a draw with Sergio Moore. Come on. He fought him after all of that. You see? So that's what Canelo's really good at doing when it comes to the legends that are on his resume. Fighting these guys well out of their prime. That's what he did. And that's what he did with Cotto. That's why Cotto's way down there.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Then you get number 10, fucking Callum Smith. There you go.
Right. I'm going to take Callum Smith off number 10 and maybe put Miguel Cotto at number 10, and number 9, I'm putting Sergey Kovalev. Kovalev was actually doing very well against Canelo Alvarez.
I agree, but I don't believe that fight. I don't believe it.
You think Kovalev?
I think he dived, man.
I did it for the money.
He did it. He dived, bro. Come on, man.
I took it for the money.
This nigga was slumped. This nigga was slumped, nigga. Stop. One punch. One punch did that to you? Nah, bro. Nah, I don't believe that fight. That's why I didn't put it on this list.
I know. It was.
He got hit harder by fucking Anthony Yard for fucking 11 rounds than that one punch from Canelo. Stop, man. Nah. That nigga needed lawyer fees because he was over there molesting that chick, bro. That's what it was all about. That's why he took the fight so fucking. That's why he took the fight 2 months after that life and death fight with Anthony Yard.
Yep.
That's why he took it so fucking fast. He needed the money. That was a dive if I ever seen one. That was like fucking Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon, nigga. That's what that shit was, man. That shit out of here. I don't even count that fight. But you're right. If you want to count it, Golovkin Kovalev was beating him with one punch, the jab. Same thing Austin Trout was doing.
Yep.
Beating him with one punch, the jab. Canelo was literally trying to get around the jab, couldn't do it. Running into the jab the whole goddamn fight. And then finally he gets up, catches up with him. And one time he catches up with him, all he needed to do was land. I think he landed a body shot, came over the top with a right hook. Done. Slump. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, bro.
That nigga dog. Kovalev.
That nigga lost all his faculties, nigga. All of them, bro. Nigga. He lost all his fucking faculties, bro. One punch. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Whatever. Bro.
Oh, man.
All right, man. Sure, pal. Sure, pal. Fuck out of here, man.
All I got to say is, how do you say someone is someone's toughest opponent when they haven't fought them yet? Like that what was killing me.
Yeah.
The listing is subjective. It's they're on the zone. They don't want Canelo to go nowhere, so they're gonna suck his dick and rub his balls and all that shit to get him to stay. Okay. When Canelo Alvarez went over to PBC, trust me, they were sweating fucking bullets. They was hoping to God it wasn't enough to keep the nigga over there. They were sweating bullets. They were sweating bullets. Eddie Hearns was nervous as fuck because Anthony Joshua had lost, and he's like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna, oh God."
Right.
He was sweating bullets. So they're gonna say that because they want him to stay. So I don't have I even understand this list because you're fighting Gennady Golovkin. So you have to name Gennady Golovkin. But Dimitri Bivol, he hasn't fought Dimitri Bivol. How the fuck is it? That's like saying the baddest bitch that I fucked was Holly Berry. I ain't fucked Holly Berry. I never see the baddest bitch I fucked.
Oh yeah, right? You fucking motherfuckers on your list you ain't even fucked with yet.
I ain't even met her. I haven't even met her ass. How the hell is she the baddest bitch I fucked?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So why do you put a dude on the list that he hasn't fought? Why?
Yeah, stupid, bro. Like I said,
what fight did Dimitri Bivol have to make you feel he's going to be a tough opponent for Canelo Alvarez? I would like to know. Who's Sullivan Beretta?
Jean Pascal.
Which one, the before or after steroid?
That's the only fight you can look at because Jean Pascal is the only win on Bivol's resume that fights even remotely close to, and it's not even close. You know what I'm saying? It's not even close. Pascal has counterpunching ability, but nowhere near what Canelo does. No. Maybe Craig Richards, but that's not even close. No. It's between them two are those two guys are the only guys that are remotely close to Canelo Alvarez, bro. And it's not even close. Right. If that makes sense.
So, I'm just saying, man, at the end of the day, understand when you say opponents, you don't name one motherfucker twice because he fought him twice. No. You name him once. That's number one. Bro. And you don't put niggas on here who number one and Callum Smith did absolutely fucking nothing in that fight. This nigga did not jab. This nigga did not nothing. He was on the back foot the moment the goddamn bell rang.
Yep.
The moment the bell, I'm looking at this like, the fuck? Is he just not? I mean,
and you know what's funny about that shit? You talking about Miguel or Callum Smith?
Callum Smith.
Okay, yeah. My bad. I was thinking you said Miguel Cotto because I was gonna say what's funny about that because Miguel Cotto was too.
Yeah, he was.
A lot of people were saying Cotto won that fight, and now that's another one. Now, like I said, I thought Erislandy Lara beat Canelo. I've said that several times, right? I thought Austin Trout did enough to possibly get the decision, even though I have no problem with Canelo beating Trout, right? I have no problem with that, right? Yeah. But Miguel Cotto did not beat Canelo Alvarez. No, he did not. No, I think I had that fight. Now that was a Levy Martinez scorecard right there. Mm-hmm. I think I had it 117, 111, 118, 110 for Canelo, bro. Something like that. It was the rounds Canelo took off. Cotto, he won a couple of those. That was it. That was it, man. But you're right. Callum Smith, I don't even think, did he win a round?
No. No, nigga, no. I don't think that nigga landed 10 punches in a round.
I don't know how you lump Callum, Billy Joe, Caleb Plant, and Cotto all together when actually Billy Joe did way better than all three of those guys.
Agreed. I agree with that.
I don't understand that. It's because they don't know boxing. And that's why we tell you guys, man, just because they work for DAZN or just because they work for ESPN or just because they work for PBC, hell, just because they've been in the ring professionally on television and you were able to watch them when you were a young lad, right? Doesn't fucking mean they know what they're talking about. Doesn't mean that.
Doesn't at all.
Doesn't mean that shit at all. All right. So this is a perfect example. We broke down exactly why from 1 to 10 who are Canelo's most difficult fights. Now, you may disagree. You may agree. The ones that disagree, you can't say that we didn't explain why we had it that way.
Exactly.
That's the thing that matters. You may disagree and be like, nah, man, look, Erislandy Lara ain't number 2. It's Golovkin. That's fine. We have no problem with that. But the one thing you can't say is these niggas said that shit and didn't explain why. We gave you a thorough explanation as to why each one of these guys are in the positions they are in. Whereas DAZN didn't say nothing.
No.
That's my point right there. Why you shouldn't watch those guys and come back to us with information from them. Fuck that.
All right, man. Prodigy, before we go, man, you got anything you want to say to the people? Anything you want to address?
Yeah, man, we got some comments, man. There's a couple comments in here, man.
What we got?
So my man Christian Carazana, man. Shout out to my man Christian, man. He follows us pretty tough, man. He said 2K. Now Benavidez is going to fight Caleb Plant after David Lemieux. So what happened to all the bravado from Benavidez about fighting Demetrius Andrade? Bo,
Andrade never answered him. That's what happened.
Say it again.
Andrade has never answered him. Andrade has said nothing. I've checked his social media. I've checked Instagram. I've checked TikTok. I've checked Twitter. I've checked, under the garbage can. I've checked I've checked the Whispering Winds. Nothing. Andrade has not even mentioned the fact that Benavidez has been calling him out for a fight. The only thing you may have heard is Eddie Hearns saying that it was outrageous that they asked for $7 million, but Benavidez came back and said, "Nah, that's not true. I'll take less than that to fight him." So, but no, the fighter himself, Andrade said nothing. So,
yeah, I mean, the thing is this, man. See, Christian believes that David Benavidez is pricing himself out. And I told Cass, I said, no, he's not. How is he pricing himself out? Right? Understand, Dimitri Andrade is with who? DAZN, right? Who's the boxing department's ambassador for DAZN? Eddie Hearn, right? How is David Benavidez pricing himself out when Eddie Hearn gave Mikey Garcia $7 million to fight Jesse Vargas?
In a non-title fight.
In a non-title fight, bro. It was actually his first fight back after getting his ass whooped by fucking Errol Spence. If he gives Mikey Garcia $7 million after coming off a loss to fight Jesse fucking Vargas, yes, I'm going to ask for about $10 million if you want me to fight Demetrius Andrade. Yes, I'm doing the same thing.
I'll take you one better. He actually entertained giving Tank $10 million to fight Tevin Farmer.
Sure did. I remember that. And let's ask. Let's ask the people, right? Who is a more difficult matchup? Stylistically, if you were to fight Tevin Farmer or Demetrius Andrade. Stylistically, we're not talking about physical because most of you niggas is little. We're talking about physical, stylistically.
Mm-hmm.
Demetrius Andrade is a better fighter at his style than Tevin Farmer is at his style.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, bro, I'm asking for $10 million too. You giving Mikey 7 for Jesse Vargas? Yes. I want 10 for Demetrius Andrade. Absolutely. Yes. So I don't think he priced himself out. That's Eddie Hearn giving away money. So fighters are going to ask for that kind of money now. That's his fault.
Yeah. Agree. 100%. When you do that, you're absolutely right. But at the end of the day, again, Eddie Hearns is a promoter. Well, what's the one thing promoters do? Well, promoters negotiate. So when I heard $7 million, where was the counter offer?
Right.
No
Right.
counter offer? Okay, cool. You
Exactly.
know why you didn't get a counter offer? Because Demetrius Andrade was already moving up to 168 and had a fight lined up. That's the reason why Demetrius ain't said nothing. That's the reason why Eddie Hearns did not try to make a counter offer. He's
Right.
like, well, listen, man, we already got a fight. So
we already got a fight. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, at the end of the day, all the talking and all the pressure came from David Benavidez, and there was nobody coming back with it.
Yep.
Nobody came back from the Andrade side. So it is what it is. That fight's not going to happen. But him asking for that money, I agree. He should ask for that money.
No
Eddie
problem.
Hearn's giving away money to niggas that don't deserve it. I want money too. Especially if you want me to fight a reputable champion with a tough style like Demetrius Andrade. Yes, I want money. My man, the Guru, he said, where is Miguel Vasquez on that list? Talking about the list of most difficult opponents for Canelo Alvarez. That's a good one. The only problem with that is Miguel Vasquez is not a top-level fighter at that time. This is a list of top-level fighters that Canelo fought that gave him the most trouble. Now, if you want to talk about fighters that gave him the most trouble in his career, hell, nigga, Miguel Cotto's great value Walmart brand brother will be on that list too.
Yeah.
Because Canelo almost got knocked out by that nigga in the second round.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
The goddamn great value brand Cotto, the dollar store brand Cotto.
Yeah.
He almost knocked Canelo out in the second round.
He said the dollar brand.
The dollar store brand Canelo Cotto.
The knockoff Cotto.
Yeah, if you want to talk about entire career, the Guru, you got to put that motherfucker on the list then. You know what I'm saying? But nah, this is for top level fighters, bro. That gave Canelo trouble, man. What else we got here, man?
All right, man. So you got my man right here. I do that too much, and you have to ask yourself, will the people buy that talking about the non-boxing fans? All right, so you're talking about will they buy David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, they will. People get stuck on if a fighter is not fighting a particular fight, right? Let's look at something. One thing we know is Demetrius Andrade has been looking to fight either Canelo Alvarez or Gennady Golovkin. But we also, the people know what they see when you see Demetrius Andrade. You see a very difficult, slick. Demetrius Andrade is what I refer to as a gangbanger with speed. Okay? Right. He's a very slick southpaw fighter who has intelligence and athleticism. You put that up against a David Benavidez, who's also a dog himself. David Benavidez has good hand speed, good counterpunching ability, okay? David Benavidez is not going to take a step back. He believes in taking a step forward. He has those combination punches. So you make that together, and again, two undefeated young hungry lions, yes, you'll buy that because you know what you look. That is a high skill level motherfucking fight. You know what you're looking at. The problem is because you have fans that tell you, well, he ain't fought nobody. He ain't done nothing. So when fans are telling you that, you buy into, well, if he fight this guy, nobody's going to buy it. Well, Canelo Alvarez told these niggas to fight each other, right? That's what he said. Hey, fight each other. So if they go to fight each other, shouldn't we, goddamn it, buy the fucking fight? Because it is a good, noteworthy fight. This is what this era of boxing is missing that the eras in the past of boxing have always had. We had our Mike Tysons, but there was other stars being made. You had the Lennox Lewises, you had the Rick Bowes, you had the Evander Holyfields, you had the Sugar Ray Leonard, but there was other stars being made. You had the motherfucking Marvin Hagler, you had the Tommy Hearns, you had the Roberto Durans, you had Floyd Mayweather, but other stars are being made. You had the Miguel Cottos, you had the Manny Pacquiao's. This era of boxing is not making stars. They're going off one dude and one dude only.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Ain't much for me to back up on. I Yeah, you nigga looked at me like, what you got, 2K? Nothing. Makes perfect sense, man. All right, so the dude that liked us 10 minutes ago and then hated us 10 minutes after that, and then probably went back to liking us 10 minutes after he started hating us. He said, why Charlo Benavidez Andrade and Charlo fight GGG? It will be the best name on the resume. GGG's not interested.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Nigga, Demetrius Andrade, this is the problem, dog. Boxing fans that want to listen, I don't care about you being a fan of a fighter. I don't. I said this. This dude's a Canelo fan. He's in here saying Canelo's the Thanos of boxing. I have no problem with none of I have no problem with none of those statements he's saying. No, right?
Because that's your personal opinion.
That's your personal opinion. My problem is this. Don't try to fucking argue a point when you're a fucking dick riding fan. Stop. Just listen. And if you feel like objective opinions are hating on your God, then leave. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what I said. The nigga, oh shit, nigga, 3KB, nigga, what's up, nigga? Like he saw us on the street. And then we said something about Canelo he didn't like. Then it was, I sense some hating. And then I went back to saying Canelo was good. Then it was, yeah, man. Yeah, that nigga ate that Daniel Jacobs punch like nothing. Yeah, that's my nigga right there. See how it changes? Like, that's the Canelo dick riding fans. That's dick riding fans, period. Not just Canelo, period. Right? Mm-hmm. Just be objective and fucking listen, man. At the end of the day, but these guys, they're fans of a fighter, so they don't understand what's actually happening, bro.
Yeah.
Demetrius Andrade, before he moved to 160, stated, I want Golovkin and Canelo. He said this.
Whole reason why he signed with his own.
Exactly. So he can get those two fights. He moved to 160 for those reasons. Mm-hmm. Jamal Charlo said the same shit. He wanted Golovkin and Canelo. Charlo became the fucking interim champion by the WBC and was calling the fuck out of Canelo. Didn't get the fight. Mm-mm. Canelo got franchise tagged, vacated the title. Charlo got it. Then he called for Golovkin. The only person Charlo's ducking is Demetrius Andrade. Yeah. He's ducking Andrade 100%.
Black card his ass.
Right.
Ain't no nigga from motherfucking Rhode Island fight, nigga.
Right. He's ducking the shit out of him 100%. But Triple G had been called by both of these guys on several fucking occasions, man. And Triple G not one time ever explored a fight with Jamal nor Andrade. Hell, look who he's fighting right now. Ryota fucking Murata. The same guy that had trouble with Hassam, two last name, Hassam, Njikum, Ndam, whatever the fuck his name is, had trouble with him and had trouble with the white black man, fucking Robert Plant.
I knew he was going to tell you that. I knew he was going to say that.
The fucking white black man. Ain't no niggas from Minnesota, nigga.
I knew he was going to say that.
Nigga on social media with his snowflake, him and Caleb Truax. Him and Caleb Truax all over social media with their snowflakes. Fuck out of here, man.
Oh, man. He's going to say that.
Ryota Murata had trouble with both of them niggas, bro. And that's who Golovkin's fighting next. That's who he's been pursuing. That fight has been on the docket 3 times, canceled twice. Now it's back on the docket again. That's who he's been fucking pursuing.
Yep. Golovkin, the fight's been canceled. You want to fight somebody else? I'll wait. Golovkin, the fight's been canceled. You want to fight? I'll wait.
Exactly.
I'll wait.
I'll wait. No Jamal Charlo. No Demetrius Andrade. No. What does he do? He does that before he talks, like he about to take a shit.
Yeah.
That's what he does before he talks. You know what I'm saying? So what do you mean? Why don't they go fight Triple G like they have a choice? Like they could just go get the Triple G fight anytime they feel like it.
Yeah.
They can't get it. Stupid motherfuckers, man. You got anything else, nigga?
Yeah, no, man. My man, 13 pounds. You might have missed it. You said earlier, I know you said, okay, right here. He said Jamal Charlo needs to fight Benavidez. Well, Charlo may be fighting Jaime Munguia. We mentioned that earlier. They're going to be pursuing that. But I do agree. Now, let me state this. Charlo needs to tell the WBC, fuck Munguia. I'm going after Benavidez because Benavidez called him a pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Sure
Benavidez
publicly. But Bo, what you got to understand is a lot of these people, they don't have those same morals, bro.
Yeah.
Like if you niggas see me in the street and you call me a pussy, understand you're gonna be looking up at the fucking clouds, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't. lot
Come on, man. You said they're gonna be looking.
They're gonna be looking. I'm not saying nothing else, bro. You wouldn't call me that anyway, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not a small dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got. I probably wouldn't hit you. I'd be like, nigga, you got some fucking balls on you, nigga. I'd probably say that first. You know what I'm saying? Man, you got some balls on you to come up to me to my face and call me
one brave motherfucker.
You a bad motherfucker.
You a bad motherfucker.
I would admire this nigga first before I knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, bro. A lot of dudes don't have those morals, bro. Like that shit don't really bother a lot of cats, man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So we come from the old school, bro. You know what I'm saying? Certain words you don't say around us. You don't call us gay, bitch, or pussy, and to our face. Over social media, say what you want. Mm-hmm. But to our face, those 3 words, gay, bitch, pussy, nah, bro, you get fucked up on sight off of that shit. But these dudes, they don't have a problem with that, bro. See? But you're right. He called him a pussy. He needs to fight Benavidez per our standards.
Yeah. Right. Now, per boxing fan standards, what's in it for him if he fights Benavidez? He gets nothing. He gains nothing. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that kind of talk is the reason why the sport is being ruined. I've named fights earlier to you guys that were non-title fights that stood the fucking test of time.
Yeah.
And you know why we're not getting them now? You know why? You can't name one non-title fight that you've seen in the last 5 years that was worthy of anything. I'll wait. Niggas, I will wait. Motherfucker, I will send, if you can name one in the last 10 years, non-title fight, that you felt, I will give you $100 of my own motherfucking money.
Mm-hmm.
You know why you can't do that? Because these motherfuckers ain't taking that chance like that.
Right.
If it ain't nothing in it for them to win, you got Jamal Charlo saying fuck mandatory. Oh, I'm fighting no fucking mandatory. You want me to fight a mandatory? You gotta give me $1 gazillion.
Right.
Fuck.
Right.
What? All right, man. Go ahead, bro.
I mean, we got the video to say what 13 rounds of boxing is saying. We've been said he needs to fight Benavidez. Yeah. It is what it is. What I want to address is what he's saying, and this is his counter argument, I guess, to us saying why GGG is pursuing Murata. He's saying he's unifying with Murata. He could have unified with Jamal and Demetrius Andrade too.
Mm-hmm.
Why does he have to pick the lesser of the 3 evils to unify against? Yeah. When the other 2 evils have been chasing this nigga for 2014, 2013, 2015?
Right.
Andrade's mind was more so on Canelo, but he did say he wanted Triple G at 160. But he was really chasing Canelo. But if you would have thrown a Triple G offer at Demetrius Andrade, he's taking it. Right? Jamal was more so chasing Triple G than Canelo as he made that move up to 160. Right? And he mentioned that. So since probably about 2014, 2015, these guys have been asking to fight Triple G. What year is it, bro, right now?
Shit, 2022.
That's what, 7, 8 years, bro? I mean, I'm no math whiz. But I think that's correct.
That new math be fucking me up, man. That new math is man.
7, right. 7 to 8 years, bro. But Murata, he's never asked for a Golovkin fight. They were supposed to fight, I think, 2 years ago. That was when Murata was talking Golovkin.
Yep.
But he gets it, but the other 2 guys don't. And they're all champions in the same division.
Right.
Okay.
But 13 rounds, here's my thing about what you're saying. He's fighting to unify with Murata. Well, that doesn't matter because the next fight, Canelo Alvarez, is not even at the division he's unifying at.
Doesn't even matter.
So it doesn't matter. See what I'm saying?
The easier of the 3 evils. 3 evils. It's the easier of the 3 fucking evils, bro. Ryota Murata is not on the same level as Jamal Charlo nor Demetrius Andrade. That's why. at the point in Golovkin's career he's at right now, where he's looking bad against Steve Rolls and arguably lost to Sergey Derevyanchenko, he would not get in the ring with Demetrius Andrade or Jamal Charlo. It's fucking common sense. Common fucking sense. Camille Cesar Morita is a fucking is a IBF fucking title defense because he's a mandatory. Exactly. He's not fighting those guys, man. Stop putting it on those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like Andrade and Charlo didn't go fight Triple G. You know what I'm saying? Like it's their fault. No, it's not, bro. Triple G's over there chilling. Triple G, you see, everybody knows that goddamn meme of Homer where he's disappearing into the bushes. That's what Triple G's doing at 160. This nigga walked up to the front yard, saw Charlo and Andre was at the same barbecue he was gonna go to. This nigga eased his way into the bushes. Exactly. That's what he did. Murata too. He went in the back of the bushes with Murata. Shit, nigga. We can have our own barbecue over here. We don't have to go to theirs. We can just have our own over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to play with those guys. Those guys are mean. We're gonna play over here. Fuck out of here, man. That's what they're doing at 160, bro. Niggas, I swear, bro. Too easy, bro. Too easy, man. Why do you think Crawford? Who do you think Crawford should fight next? Errol Spence.
Yeah,
the winner of Errol Spence, Yordenis Ugas.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
The problem is, and you 100% agree with you. He should fight the winner of Errol Spence, Yordenis Ugas. Here's the problem. You got two problems. Number one, Crawford has to be willing to take. If you watch Three Kings Boxing, interview with Derek James, hell, matter of fact, if you even watched the show we did earlier, we played the clip for you. Crawford has to be willing to take less than 50-50. If Crawford's not willing to take less than 50-50, the fight's not going to happen. Right? That's number one.
Let me say this before you go to number two. Don't forget your thought.
No.
He's got to be willing to take less than 50-50 the way his resume and his ability to bring in pay-per-view numbers, not just buys, numbers, period, money and buys, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way it stands today, he's got to be willing to take less than 50-50. Or he can go fight Keith Thurman, Virgil Ortiz, Jerron Boots Ennis. Big names that a lot of people are following right now. And people are going to be like, we're not following Thurman. Yes, you are. Shut up. If this nigga announced that he's fighting Thurman, people are going to watch. Okay? I'm saying Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, he fights any of those guys, hell, maybe even two of those three guys on pay-per-view and does good numbers, then he might be able to take 50-50 then. But the way his resume stands right now and the numbers that he's pulling in, no, he's got to be willing to take less than 50-50. Go ahead, though. Go to your number two.
Number two is he also has to understand that in order to get the Errol Spence fight, y'all going to hate this, but I'm going to bring up a name. He may have to sign a 2-fight deal with Premier Boxing Champions.
I agree with that.
Right? Now, of course, y'all going to say, why he has to do that? Why? Well, the same reason why Josh Taylor, Joseph Parker, Maurice Hooker, Jeff Horn, and a plethora number of fighters had to do to get fights with top rank.
Mm-hmm.
They had to sign co-promotional deals in order to get the fights.
Mm-hmm.
So if he himself said, Crawford acknowledged that an organization ain't gonna just let you come in and beat their champion and leave. Like, I beat your champion, I'm going with the belt. No, they're not gonna let you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a business. And at the end of the day, they're not in the business of losing money. The only time you take that chance is if there is high return in it for you. Hence why they allowed Caleb Plant to fight Canelo Alvarez without a deal. There was high return in it for him, which turned out to be right. They did almost $900,000 in pay-per-view sales at $75 a pot, right? So that's what, almost $60 million?
Right.
Okay. So there was a high return for them. They said, oh, fuck it, we'll take that. See what I'm saying? That's the only time it happens. But outside of that, he has to be willing to take less than 50-50, and he has to understand he may have to sign a 2-fight deal with the organization in order to get that fight.
Agreed. All right, man. Shit, we at 129, man.
Up.
Ding, 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 ding.
Go to 3keysboxing.com for the latest. Nigga, you a fool.
Hell Hell yeah, nigga. Time's up. Time's up.
You know you can't do that to no old motherfucker. You can't do no bell ringing to no old motherfucker. Go to 3kingsboxing.com for the latest what's going on in the sport of boxing. And as always, hey man, hey 2K Prodigy, man, get it ready. And as always, if you have a problem with anything we says, we will take it under advisement. But understand, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is, man. Go to 3kingsboxing.com for your source of pure, unadulterated boxing information. Hit us up on Twitter at 3kingsboxing, Instagram at 3kingsboxing, Facebook.com/3kingsboxing. Also, hit up this YouTube channel, Prodigy of Boxing Talk. Show us some love over there as well. If you're on Facebook, you're listening to us, go over to the Prodigy of Boxing Talk YouTube channel. Go check out all the different interviews, all the different videos we got over there. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that motherfucking notification bell. Do what you got to do, but show your support. If you like the laughs, the educational value, all the things that we do here, and also what we do on 3kingsboxing.com, man. Go ahead and show us love on all social media platforms. Appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody that donated to the PayPal. Heard my phone ring a couple times. Definitely appreciate that. I'll take a look at it in a minute here. Until the next one, we out this bitch.